I'm on the weather.
Okay.
Do my best for it.
All right.
Okay, questions for Coach?
So, Coach, as you come into this week, obviously Stephen played very well. How is Cephalo's health, and do you know who your quarterback's going to be this week?
Not exactly. Stephen played phenomenal, and Cepho worked out there today. Still not 100%. We'll just kind of see how the week progresses along, and go from there.
Did Stephen's performance give you some leverage now to be able to give Cepho some more time and know that you can be comfortable with Stephen?
Well, I think we have two good quarterbacks. So, however that works out, I think we have two good quarterbacks. I also think we have two really tough quarterbacks, which is impressive. That doesn't always happen that way. So, we'll make sure that Cepho's on, 100%. On your ankle, you don't want to, as much as we do with those quarterbacks, he's got to be able to go and move.
Do you remember any time during the recruiting process at Montez where you saw any specific instance where you saw the poise that he demonstrated on Saturday, or just sort of those trademarks?
Well, he in El Paso, he took his highest classification team farther than any team in the history of El Paso high school football. And so they've been playing football there, 120 years or longer. He's the only one that's ever taken that far. And then I watched him play basketball, and he scored 26 points in one quarter. He had that moxie, and then the cool thing was hanging out with him at school is he was always nice to everyone, really polite. He was the big guy on campus, but he had a lot of intangibles to him that you saw, leadership and a little bit of I don't know exactly what it is, ability to make plays and that type of thing. You saw him do that in football and in basketball.
A lot of threes, or attacking the basket, or
threes, and he can 360 dunk it any way he wants.
You guys always talk about what you want to know every week. Is it sometimes more difficult to do that after a big win?
Oh no, we'll find out. I don't think so. These young men have worked so hard. I don't think they'll let down for a second. We need to be prepared and ready to go. And our league, everybody's good. Everybody's got good football players, and so it's going to be we've got to come ready to play and give our best to be able to win. So that's preparing during the week's the key.
Coach, what was it like to come back from DIA and there's dozens of fans there waiting to welcome you guys after you won?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It really was when we got here, because we're out at Signature when we take off. So it was when we got back here, there must have been about 200 people, which at 1 in the morning was a lot of fun. I'd say 80% of them were students. So it was a lot of fun. Our kids went around and gave them all high fives, and they were chanting and they sang the fight song. I thought it was really cool for our kids. Really cool.
I think a lot of people were kind of touched and inspired by the emotion that you had after the game. Did it surprise you even at all, just how much you felt at the end of that game?
Well, we kind of had it under control, so it might not have been quite as emotional. But just seeing how hard they worked and just knowing the history, we haven't won at Oregon since 1966. And then when we went there, the times I've gone, we got blistered. So see how far they've come, and 75% of those young men were on that field. And that shows a lot. A lot of people in life go, well, we can't do this, we can't do that, and they give up. Well, these young men didn't give up. And then the fashion we won it in even showed more fortitude and character. So I was just so happy for them, getting through that. So,
how big do you think that was for your team? Because you guys have had those type of gut checks before and not gotten through.
I think it was huge because the week before, we'd go to Michigan and screw that up and have a chance. And then we come here and we're playing really hard, and they get back in it because all good football teams will. And then the way we fought and finished it, I thought it was huge. I really did.
One player everybody's talked about a lot is 2-point conversions.
Yep.
Lost to Bryce Bobo. Can you talk a little bit about how important that is?
It's a huge play in the game. I have a chart that I have on the sideline, so as soon as I saw that it was 33 to 38, I looked at my chart and I realized we were going for 2. So we had talked about it about 10 minutes earlier after we came off the field. I talked to the offense and we're going to go for 2. Then what was kind of crazy was they called the play out of bounds, and I'm going, I think he caught that ball in bounds. And then I'm going to challenge it, and the guy goes, "Hey, buzzed us." And so as they're buzzing, and we see it on the replay, I go, "Hey, we scored, guys. We got to get the 2 points." So all our kids are everywhere, so that gave us time to get them all together while we're reviewing that, and so we were able to talk to them, understand the importance of the play. So that whole situation really helped us get even more organized. and our coaches did a phenomenal job of getting organized. And it was very great execute, great throw by Stephen down and away, so a place he could go, and Bryce got both his mitts on at that time and pulled it in, so it was good.
You missed that one, and Oregon could have played it safe and just kicked the field goal to win that game.
On the very last, yes, exactly. There's no doubt. Us making that makes them think, well, we're at the 7. You know, we got enough. We got a little bit of time. Let's try to go for the end zone, which I think is a smart thing to do. And instead of having just to settle for overtime, if they wouldn't have, they just would have sat in the middle of the field, kicked the field goal, and would have beat us if they would have made the field goal. You know, I guess 41 to 39, 38, yeah, 41-39. So that was a huge play.
Coach, this win in a lot of people's minds, I think, has at least somewhat cemented the idea that the University of Colorado is well on its way to becoming a football school once again. What can you say just about a potential shift in culture here on campus?
Well, a great question. I've been seeing it all along, coming along, but you got to win those games, and you got to do that. And our kids believe in it, and they've grown up in, a lot of them not kids anymore, they've grown up into men, and that's the key. But that's just one game. You know, we got to do it again this week, and then do it again the next week, and put it together to really get that culture back. I believe our players have the culture. Now, to get the whole thing that way, we got to win some more games to get everybody believing, like our kids do.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.